Hello, this is Sibyl Harmony here for readings and healings for you all. I am burning some Palo Santo. This is a sustainably grown wood from South America that creates a protective shield. So, whenever you're entering the spiritual realm, or actually, we live in the spiritual realm where we think we're physical bodies, but when we enter spiritual work, we're connecting on a deeper level. We want to use protection. So always be careful with fire. This is quite a big piece. I've got a big flame going here, so I'm going to blow it out and make the smoke. And I'm sending you protection wherever you are watching this. I'm going to visualize a protective perimeter around the property and around this room. And the space is now opened for reading, healing, channeling, which we're going to be doing today. And we might have a quite little small group. That's fine because I don't do the technology to do all the advertising. So you kind of just have to get lucky and find me. If you found me, you are meant to be here and you will be receiving transmission. And there's already some people here. Hi. Oh, I have some members here. Vero, Angel, and Lily. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about the month of August, the energy now. We're going to be doing a group healing, and I would like you to if I am going to do a reading on you, I want you to, mm, I think we'll do this with Vero, because you're a member. So I like to go with my members first. You can join my membership by clicking on join on a laptop or a desktop. It doesn't usually work on your phone, but that will be in August, a 2-hour reading and healing group. Um, on the 23rd of this month. Usually it's the second and fourth uh, of every Saturday at 12 o'clock Pacific time, California time. And so, Veronica, if you would send me your, Vero, my member, send me a text, if you can, a picture of you and your birth date. Okay. So that's only, I'm going to see it. And that's going to help me tune in to the people I'm doing the reading for. We're going to do a group healing. And first, we're going to do a channeling for everybody while we're waiting for people to get on. I wanted to show you my stuff for my garden. I live in an egg. Oh, wait, the energy is fogging me up here. Got to clear the energy. Let's just kind of get grounded. Oh, you need my phone number, Veronica. It's 707. I'm trying to clear the camera. 707 769 9997. So be prepared if you're asking a question that I need a picture of you, hopefully where I can see your eyes, at least one picture, if not a full body picture where I can see your silhouette, and then your birth date. Okay. So while we're waiting for more people to get on, and then we're going to do a channeling and a group healing for everybody at the end. So please stay to the end. So I wanted to show you the apples. I have an apple tree. So I've been harvesting apples here. And zucchini grows really well in my garden. It's just a little one. It's not like huge like I've seen other people, but it will if I leave them on the vine. They grow really fast. But so zucchini seems to grow really good in my area for some reason. And then I have picked some kale. This will be for my lunch. So I'm just really happy with my garden. And I'm a big proponent of health and eating live natural food. Anything with a label or ingredients is like not for me, not my food. This is anise, which you can see the flower here. And I've found this up in the hills where I live, and I brought some seeds home and planted them in my garden because it just grows wild here. So wild food is the best food for us because it makes us stronger. It's like plants have, and even animals have an energy, and people, we all have an energy field and a frequency. So when you're eating fresh, local, and wild food, you're getting the highest frequency. So this is local to my area. And it actually comes in huge stalks, which can go up to 8 or 9, even 10 feet. And you can pull out the whole stalk and pull out the root and cut it up, and it looks like an onion or something, but it tastes kind of like a licorice flavor, but it's really good for digestion. All these fennel seeds are good for digestion. I think they're good for hormones too. Not this one, this one. And yeah, so you can eat the seeds, you can make tea, you can use these little things for flavoring in stir fry or salad. I found them to be a little crunchy for me. I'm not like a real roughage person. I like stuff that's easy to digest, but this is actually really good for digestion. So you can pull it out by the root and slice it up, like I said, and stir fry it, put it in a stir fry or a vegetable dish, and it's really good and good for you. So I love finding things like I find there's dandelions. I'll show you sorrel. Sorrel grows like a weed around here. It's really good for hormones and omega 6, I believe. And it grows like a weed here. Dandelions is good for liver. It is great in salad, the dandelion leaves. So I like all that stuff. And this is another little plant. You can see the one purple flower. Usually these would be, when it's in bloom, these are all purple, but this is borage. And so these came into my yard when I was going through a divorce in 2015. And all plants have a spiritual medicine to them. And these are the flowers that bring courage. And so, you know, the weeds in your yard are the herbs that God or goddess put there to heal you. And so I never spray my yard. I don't use any poisons. And these are my little gift. And they kind of took over the whole yard. You can eat the blossoms are edible. You can eat them and put them in like salad. And they have the omegas, good for your hormones. You can eat them. But they taste kind of like a cucumber watermelon-y, but not sweet flavor. So, interesting. I just wanted to show you what's going on in my garden. I'm so happy about my garden. Yay. All right. We have lots of people here. All right. So let's do a channeling. And then, okay. And then I'll let you ask some questions. We'll do some readings. All right. So let's just all get grounded here. Maybe if you close your eyes, there's the goddess Ishtar coming in. Let's just kind of ground. And I want to tune into the energy where I'm sending you samadhi. I'm sending you healing whenever you're watching this. And so now I'm starting to channel. So I'm just tuning in at all time and directions for healing, whether you're watching this on rebroadcast or now, sending out divine love and healing and calming energy, grounding energy and alignment for all of you. Because the month of August is like 2 months in one. So the energy will be moving very quickly. For some, it can feel chaotic. And so what we want to do is recognize our own energy fields, which is about 2 or 3 feet around you in every direction. And that will vary from in different countries. In some countries where they're very polite and it's crowded, they might pull their aura in, where like in California, we tend to have a big aura, maybe about 3 or 3.5 feet. And then you have that's your main aura. Then you have a mental aura that goes out about 15 feet around you. So your aura is your frequency, your light, your energy, your zest, your enthusiasm, and also whatever other energies that you've picked up along the way that you may be channeling. It's about thought forms, the mental aura, thought forms, and sound. And then the spiritual aura goes out about 20 to 25 feet around you. It's a light frequency, and it is really having to do with your spirit, your higher self, and kind of a little bit maybe beyond ordinary explanation of everyday life. Mostly what we're dealing with, we just wanted you to be aware of that. Mostly what we're dealing with is our main aura around us. And we can start there because that's very important. It does permeate through the physical body and affects your health. So if you have chaos and stress and a lot happening, weather events, political, financial, kind of unexpected, bizarre energy, accidents, violence, whatever, wars happening in the world, and you're not aware of your energy field, it can feel like it's a part of you. And so it isn't necessarily. And so when we just tune into, have an excellent spiritual boundary that we have this energy field, and just by being aware of it, you can really benefit yourself and kind of ground yourself and set your energy field. Because if you don't set it, then who is? We don't want to leave it to happenstance. That's like you're just saying, well, anybody can drive my car. We want to be driving the car, us in alignment with our spirit, our higher self, our guides. Um, but that's how we learn, by us setting the energy. And you can definitely connect to people and your loved ones. You already are connected through cords of love, communication, cooperation, um, abundance, all the agreements that you have with the people in your family or people that you love and care about, or your friends, are also connected to you. But we can still set our energy. In other words, we don't want to be the effect of the very fast moving, chaotic energy that now is trying to just hit, hit, hit. It's like it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. And it's designed to do that, to throw you off your path, to get you ungrounded, to stress you out, to make you feel a certain way. And your feelings are not wrong. If you feel a certain way, like your anger isn't wrong, your anger is showing you that, wow, that's not okay with me. Like somebody says or does something and you go, wow, that's really not okay. So your anger is informing you, your anger is informing you on setting boundaries. It runs through the body in about 15 seconds. The anger comes like, whoo, or maybe even a couple minutes, but how many minutes do you hold on to that? How do you use your anger to make an effective decision or choice in your life about what you do and don't want in your energy field, what you need to do in the physical world? You want to vote, you want to say no, you want to protest, you want to send a letter, you want to say no to a person, you want to end a relationship, you want to, whatever it is, the anger may be telling you, oh, there's something wrong here. But we don't want to react to our anger, because anger can be very dangerous. If we're ungrounded and we're not in alignment and we just act out in anger, extreme rage or anger, that can become violence, or we can't. So, for instance, the other day there were some things missing around the house, and I started thinking, and this person that was working here was like moving things around, and then they took something home, and I'm like, why did you take my stuff to your house? Oh, I was sharpening it. Okay. So I started to feel like there's something wrong here. and I felt like I was being intruded upon. But instead of sending an angry text, I'm like, let me breathe, let me pray about this. Because remember, we're also in Mercury retrograde. But in this energy, it's very easy to fly off the handle. Instead of looking at people like they are wounded children, because we all are wounded, and many of us are not very mature or grown up, or we act out of our childhood wounds. And so I was able to see this person like that and deal with them in a kind and loving but effective and setting boundary way of like, it's not okay to take my stuff to your house, because that's a boundary. I mean, I can always buy another yard clipper. That's not, a huge deal. And it certainly isn't worth ruining someone's, you know, um, attacking someone or getting into an argument about, because that doesn't really, sometimes we have to pick our battles. Sometimes we need to stand up and say no to somebody, but we want to do it from a place where we're grounded, where we're aligned, and taking positive action that's effective for us and the other people involved. And so that's a highly developed, because I used to just be a blurter, fly off the handle. I'm speaking my truth. And we do need to speak our truth, but how we do it when we're in alignment, when we're in our power, is a completely different thing. And you can use anything as a teaching tool for yourself and others so that you're not creating karma. Later, I found out some of the things that I thought were missing, I actually misplaced them. So I was like, whew, but that is like old behavior for me, to start thinking like something's going on here, because we shouldn't just give our trust to people who haven't earned it. But we also don't ever want to accuse somebody of doing something that they haven't done, or we need to, every situation is different. So your anger isn't wrong. Your anger is showing you there's something I need to look at. There's something I need to go inward, get quiet about, even if it's just a couple minutes of quiet and breathing, like, okay, so how do I do this? And if you are letting people outside of you doing awful things make you angry and showing you, getting you out of balance and getting you stressed out, it's because anger will keep you up at night. It'll drain your health. It'll take your energy. It'll block your psychic abilities. It'll block your rational, clear thinking. And so if we look at ourselves and kind of come up here in this chakra up here, your third eye, and kind of detach ourselves from it and look at what's going on. It's almost like we step back and look at this person, Sibyl, in this life, and how she's doing it, and and how she's affecting the energy in her life. And like, how long am I going to hold on to that? Is that serving me to hold on to being angry? So I breathe through it, I pray through it, and then I get the guide, I sit down and I ground, and the guidance, or take a walk. A walk is a great way to clear emotion, but it doesn't mean that I just like push it away. Anger is not bad. Your anger is a powerful tool, but we don't want to sit in it. Like I said, it just runs through the body, and then we can let it go and become more objective. Okay. And also, we may be dealing with past triggers in our lives when other people have hurt us, and then somebody does something, and that belief or that event, I call it a snapshot in time, a picture, gets activated. And then we're looking at the world through this picture, that we're a victim, or how we were wounded in this life or another life. And so this is all really powerful teaching. There's a lot of powerful teaching in the month of August. And say your fear. So you don't want to get into the stress and the fear. How is that serving you? And so most fear is, a lot of it is it's your ancestors. It's millennia of suffering on this planet. It's from past lives. There is some fear about, like, don't stand in front of a car on the road. That's something that's in present time. And so in that way, fear serves you to like move out of the road. Okay. So, but when we need to if we want to be on the spiritual path and in our power, be aware of our feelings, be aware of, like, maybe we don't even know what's causing our feeling. We just feel like, I just feel like something's wrong. You may be picking up energy from the mass grid of unconsciousness, from all the catastrophes that are happening on the planet now, the weather events, or just energy that's being sent out to keep you upset, ungrounded, confused, fearful, and stressed. So none of those are a vibration of health, a prosperity. And so as we observe ourselves, once again, come up here in this center, and we'll do that. I'll show you how to do that. Just kind of come up in the center of our head so that we can be more objective and more neutral to what's going on, and then decide how to effectively deal with, our emotions, and with, if we want to take an action in the physical world, or if it's a matter of tuning into our breath to calm our body, to ground our body. We really need to, in this energy state, calm and grounded and in our power. Okay, so we're going to do a grounding. We're going to do this at the end of the video, so please stay to the end. So we're going to come up here, and then we're going to come in this center here, the heart center, and then we're going to connect our aura. Your aura is already connected to the earth. You have spiritual anatomy. You have like an umbilical cord that goes into the earth, like a root, or like a surgical tubing, or like flushing. That we flush the toilet, but stuff gets released physically. But you also have an energetic way of releasing, and the earth can compost your feelings. The other day I went up and I just laid on the earth. I walked up on a hill, and my grandson was playing with this. He's 18. He's not a kid, but he wanted to play on this swing and this tree, and the dog was hanging out. So I'm like, okay. And it's good for me because it teaches me to slow down and actually sit on the earth. And I just lay on the earth, and I just felt her presence. It's very calming. It's a great way to energize your body, by actually laying on the earth. Our bodies are made of earth. Our spirits are frequency made of soul, but our body frequency and physical body is very much connected to the earth. So if you're tired and you go and lay on the earth, in about 20 minutes, your energy will come back. It will shift. It'll give you a healing. We are meant, for thousands of years, we've been on the earth, and in many lifetimes. Now we have foundations in our home. Well, thank God we have homes. Rubber-soled shoes, that aren't, most people don't have grounding shoes, which I love. I love grounding shoes. And I used to have them, but I haven't been wearing them lately. But I got these anyway, that's a long story. But I wear metal alloys, and I have magnets, and I have crystals and stuff that help to ground me. But physical grounding, earthing, is an excellent thing to do, a way of healing yourself. And then I felt like I guided to this tree, and in my area we have oak trees, and every plant, remember I was telling you in the beginning, if you haven't watched the video, go back and watch about my plants and flowers that I'm growing in the yard. If everybody didn't see, I have apples and all these herbs that grow in my that guard me. But anyway, every plant has an energy, a frequency to it. That's why I use fresh flowers here and water in the room where I'm reading. But I went over and I put my hands on the oak tree, and oak trees to me have kind of like I think I know they're Native American in this area, but they're also known as, the oak has something to do with like the ancient Vikings, and strength. So there's some kind of connection there for me. But I put my hands on the tree, and I just felt the frequency. So when you put your hands on a tree, the tree can give you a healing. And I just put my hands there, and I closed my eyes, and I tuned into the pulse, the life force energy of the tree. And what the tree was telling me is that our world is, like I've been saying, is moving very fast and chaotic. And the tree is born into there's a robin. Oh, that's beautiful. It's outside my window in the abundance tree. Okay, so in the fruit tree, which is abundant. Sorry, I got distracted there. So that's a sign of abundance when you see a robin and a bird in a fruit tree. Okay, so my hands on the frequency of the oak tree, and the oak tree was telling me that it incarnated, the spirit incarnated into the tree because it chose to be stable and at peace and bring that frequency and that vibration. So the plants create the oxygen, trees, the ocean creates the oxygen, which is all being held by the earth. But the tree has this very wise spirit in it. And this was an older big tree. And so I just stood there and I let the frequency run through my body to kind of reset my body from exhaustion and stress and the things that are happening now in this world. So I could kind of like disconnect from that and have this sense of inner peace and healing. I remember when my grandson was being born. Oh, yeah, it was my grandson. At the hospital, it was taking a long time, and we were in there waiting and waiting. And I noticed there were some redwood trees outside in the parking lot. And I just felt like I don't feel comfortable in hospitals. And I know hospitals save lives and good things happen there, but also stress happens there. And I've never found my answer in a bottle of pills I thank God there's medicine and science that save lives. And I probably wouldn't be here and alive if it wasn't for modern medical science. But I felt like everybody was trying to get into the hospital and waiting in line and trying to get in there. And I feel like I wanted to get out. I wanted to get out of the hospital. And I actually said, excuse me, since we have a couple hours to wait, and just went out and sat with the trees. I just felt like that's where my healing is. I feel like wasn't in, like, I don't want to be in there. And so just a little message about this, about nature, about August, about this energy, how it's all moving very quickly and chaotically, but we can set our energy, ground ourselves and set our energy with the earth and the trees and breathe and be grounded. So we're going to do that at the end of the video, but now I'm going to answer some questions. And so I like doing readings where I don't like just answering questions like that. I feel like your questions are important and they affect your life decisions. And I want to make sure that I honor you and what I'm telling you. And I never tell people what to do. I look at energy, but I don't like just doing willy-nilly answering, life-changing questions on a feed where it affects people's lives. And the other part of that is never give your power away to anyone, not a psychic, not, your authority. As a child, you had to give your power away to your parents. Okay. Hope to God you had, parents that were guiding you in a good way. One can hope. But maybe you're reparenting yourself, and that's a whole nother video. But, well, not really, because it's all connected when we connect into your energy. So here, let's see. I'm looking at, okay. So I don't want to take away I can't take, unless you give it to me, and I don't want to take your power, your intuition. That's what I teach people, to empower yourself, to trust your intuition, to ground, to breathe. The more you clear out your space, the more clarity you have. The more you're just affected by the outside chaos and the invalidation and the craziness or whatever is happening, the less clear or the more angry or fearful you are or whatever, the less clear you are. So that's why we want to deal with our emotions. We want to be aware of our energy and check in with ourselves. So if something doesn't feel right for you that I say or that anybody says, then trust yourself on that, or ask, leave it like, that doesn't sound right, but let me check this out. Let me take a walk with it. Let me breathe with it. Let me reflect on it. Because your higher self ultimately has your answers. Sometimes it's just that we've been taught to look outside of ourselves for an answer, or go to an authority, or give our power away, or that we don't know what we're doing, we can't make a good decision. And all that is not true. You may have energy in your space that's affecting you making good decisions. Now that's true. But so you see what I'm saying? So when you ask a question, I want to give you time. I don't want to just fly through a bunch of readings. So I do this in my memberships. I'm going to be doing this August 23rd. I have a 2-hour membership. I usually do my members of second and fourth Saturday of every month at 12 o'clock Pacific time, California time. But I'm also going to be doing this in my classes. I have a class on August 9th where I'm really going to take time with people and work, one-on-one with you to help you find your own answers and your own power, because really that's why you're here. You're not here to give your power away to somebody else. But this is a dichotomy. The other side of that is it really helps to have somebody who's objective or neutral, like a good friend or a therapist or even a doctor or whatever, that there's something that they're knowledgeable about, look at it and say, well, here's what I'm thinking about this. Here's what I'm seeing you say. Where that person is neutral and really has your best interest at heart. And you feel like, you can go like, okay. But a lot of times people are telling you things through their own filters. Remember I talked about pictures? We look at life through our history, the past events, and the things that we've been through in this life or past lives. We form like opinion, like, oh, you should never do this. That's always bad. Well, maybe it isn't always bad, but you believe it is. And so you would tell other people, well, that's always bad. You should never do that. So we really also want to keep an open mind whenever whenever I'm looking at energy. Okay, so the first reading I'm going to do here is for Veronica, and I try to be respectful also with, really personal or intimate details, because we're on a public platform here. And so I might talk a little bit in code or say words that the guides tell me that what that means, but everybody else will like, okay, I don't know what that means. And also when somebody is getting a reading, the people who are picked for a reading may also be like, yeah, I relate to that. I've been dealing with the same thing. So there's a reason that you're here. There's a reason that you're hearing this. You don't have to just sit here and wait for when is it going to be my turn, or am I going to get a turn? But yeah, so just so you know that. So try to relate to what, how this person's issues relate. Like that happened to me, and my, heart chakra feels that way too, or so try to relate like that. And you may also get your own hits as you look at a person, as you hear me talk about a person, like, wow, I'm feeling this about that person or that about this person. And so you may be using your own psychic tools to kind of pick up on what's happening with a person. And if you say anything about that, I ask that you be very respectful and kind. Not nice. Nice. Nice is not ice, but kind is something that is coming from the heart. Okay. So let's look at Veronica. Veronica is a member of mine. I hope that's okay that I said that. I'm not going to tell you her birth date because that's private. Okay, so I am going to look. Okay, so I'm just going to look at her energy here. And And I'm going to look up I do some astrology readings as well. And I'm starting to do those more, which I'm really excited about. But I'm looking up her astrological sign because it's a really fast way for me to tune in. And so, yeah, I believe you're an Aries. Is that correct, Veronica? Okay. And then let me look at, okay. Oh, all right. I think she's answered me on that question. You can text me if, okay. Yeah, okay. So now I'm going to look, and sometimes I'll look over here because I'm looking at a full body image of Veronica. There was a guide, Veronica, right on by your left hip. You feel angelic to me. When I look at you, you feel like you have angel energy. So some people are star seeds. They're more from other planets in their previous incarnations. We all are from other planets in our previous incarnations. Um, we're all immigrants here. Okay. But an earth angel will tend to have like an angelic face. So when I look at your face, you look very angelic to me. Earth angels tend to follow the rules, and you might also be a wise one or a chosen soul. And with the chosen soul, you will have the mark of the crescent moon on your palms. You'll have an M, or you'll have two lifelines here that go up like that. And then when you put the palms together, sorry, you can't see that, it'll make a crescent moon. So that's a mark of a wise one. So they're all different energies. The star seeds are the energies of people who feel like I really don't belong here. And they tend to be very polite. They might be technical, or they're just really into animals, and they just really can't relate to the violence and the mind games people play here. But all of us are here to help the world be a better place. The wise ones have a very intense past. They have a lot of lifetimes here, and they can have the most dramatic backgrounds, or survived really horrific things that you would think, how did anyone? Oh, you're Taurus. Okay, thank you. Cool. Okay. All right. So, but you have a Veronica, you have a um Sagittarius North Node. And so Sagittarius North Node is someone who is carrying the energy of the ancestors in their bones. So it could be you have some body pain or some bone pain. Of course, we all can these days because of our diet and all the chemicals in the environment. And I talk to people I work with about doing lymphatic massage on yourself, bouncing, which I do every morning. And there are certain foods and herbs that I can't prescribe to you on this channel, but I can tell you I take bromelain, which comes from pineapple. I eat onions every day that are anti-cancer and good for the joints, the silica. There's boswellia, which is frankincense. If you tend to have nerve pain, you might want to do some vitamin Bs. You have to get a good quality, and I'm not selling products here. There are homeopathic remedies that I really like for bone pain. But we also want to look at our ancestry and our energy. So I like treating things on a physical level, but also an energetic level. If your guide is next to you and your guide is telling me they feel like, okay, so the guide is showing me, Veronica, that more protection is needed. I feel like there's a mother energy coming in around you. There's a mother energy that I feel like there was some issues with the mother energy or the mother side of the family that you are looking at or healing. Many of us earth angels, star seeds, or chosen ones are here to shift the energy, to heal the patterns of our ancestors, our lineage in our bodies and in our energy field. So I definitely feel like you are doing that, Veronica, as I look at you. And okay, the one card I pulled for you, they're wanting to bring a message. Oh, we are going to be entering into the 888. So this is a big change, August 8th. I think we're in a 10-year. So it is the 8-8 gate. So the 8-8 gate and month of August is a big time for transformation and healing. And if you look at the outside world, you can feel like it's very ugly and chaotic here. But if you look in the inside world and you look at nature, or you look at yourself, or you decide to set the energy for what you want, they're saying that what you're dealing with is everything is beautiful. And we feel like this relates to a lot of people watching this, is to tune into that energy that everything is beautiful. Because as you do that as a soul, you help to shift the planet into a vibration of love and compassion rather than anger, hatred, violence, or fear, or control, which is what we are in, and disinformation. So as you tune into the love center, which we'll do with the healing at the end of this video, and love yourself, you'll be able to, set your energy, especially when you're going to sleep at night, right before you fall asleep. Everything is beautiful. The world is I am dreaming into this world of beauty and a peace and a harmony. I am not going to connect and stay. Don't watch the news right before bed or anything like that. So everything is beautiful is the energy that your guides are telling me to. And they're just saying that you need some protection. You need some goddess energy with you, protecting you, Veronica. So protection is not about fear. Protection is in being grounded, in being in your breath and raising your frequency, so that when you do that, you will attract other people, places, and situations and set the frequency. So I always bring joy. Like I walk into a store and my dog knows the people there, and I say, "Hi, we heard you were giving out free cookies." I have this giant 110-pound dog, and it just makes people happy. People smile, and then he goes and loves on people. And everywhere we go, it's just like we're making the day better for wherever we are. We're setting the energy. We're commanding the light. We're commanding the peace. There is no discord or disharmony in my world. I'm not having it. And so that's how we need to be, like a spiritual warrior, because we're really in a battle now and we're really seeing what that is. And so is it always that way? No, but I'm more in 5D. I'm more in harmony, peace, and grace and abundance than I am in all the other crap. And the more of us that are in that, the less attractive that other stuff looks to people that are like, oh, I thought we needed to get rid of all the immigrants. Now, actually, we're immigrants. Unless you're Native American, you're an immigrant. Okay, so just saying. All right, so easy does it. So Veronica, they're saying, stop trying so hard. Don't control things. We really want to let go, because control blocks the higher forces from coming in. Like my grandson's trying to buy a car now, and he's like, no one likes me. They're not calling me back. I'm like, it's not about that. Rejection is protection. If somebody doesn't want to call you about their car, it's because you're not meant to have that car. You'll get a better car. And so I don't want to step in and try to control that. I want him to have his process of how he figures out how to respond to life in the physical world, how he's talking to people, how he's making appointments with people. He needs to do that. And I'm here helping him, guiding him, but not controlling him. He's picking out his own car. I'm not, I know in some countries they even have forced marriage, That's not, we don't want to control it. You wouldn't want to. So we need to let go of control and instead bring our intention and our power. Okay? And so when you let go of control and you allow yourself to receive, you allow for the best outcomes for everybody involved, all the doors will open. So they're saying, and this might be for a lot of people here, you know what? Easy does it. You see the mermaid and the dolphins here. Easy does it. Take a breath. Okay, Veronica, I'm looking at this deck here for you now, and your guides want you to know. Surrender to trust. We're going to be okay. We're going to make it through this. Here's a girl sitting with water out in nature. Surrender to trust. Trust that you are going to be okay. All is well. And Taurus likes predictability and abundance. Taurus loves the earth. And okay, Hathor. Okay, so I'm also working with a goddess called Omega. She is the moon goddess, and she's the goddess of wolves, which are my power animal, and one of them. And she's also connected with Hathor, the Egyptian goddess. And she's saying, allow yourself to receive. So this is a big message for everybody here. Money, things, property, love, food, energy, everything is a frequency and a vibration. And when you allow yourself to receive it, stay in the flow of giving and receiving. But they're saying, allow yourself to receive it. Allow yourself to receive. This will increase your intuition, your energy, and your ability to share with others. Okay, so when we allow ourselves to receive, and here's a picture of her, and the light shining, receptivity. This is for everybody watching this in all time and directions, especially women. Now, we love you men too, because you have a strong female side, or you wouldn't be on an energy healing show, a spiritual healing, we'll call it. So allow yourself to receive, and then you can share with others, okay? All right, and for some reason, Veronica, one more card is wanting to come in. I usually only pull four cards for people. I want somebody to, what question do you have? Okay, so Iran, did I say that? Ian? No, IRAN. I'm teaching a second and third grade combination class with a new boss. Any advice for how I can make it productive and inspiring year for the students and myself? Okay, so would you text me, Iran? Send me a picture of yourself. I'll give you my phone number, and send me a picture, hopefully where I can see your eyes, and then send me your birth date, okay? And my number is 707 769 9997. I particularly like it when people have a picture of themselves. Let's see, maybe there's a picture of you here. Come on, why isn't it posting you up on my, I'm trying to see your picture by putting it on the screen, and it's not going up. Yeah, so text me a picture. Okay, so here's my one last card while we're waiting for that to happen. Oh, did I say 707 769 9997? Okay, so Veronica, you have fox energy. So fox energy uses camouflage, and it can run through a field without being seen, but it can tune in and knows what's happening with people, places, and situations by just being the observer. So they're telling you to use your fox energy. Sometimes when I go out in public, I imagine a blue light around me. Don't put a blue light around your car, because then people won't see you driving, but a blue cloak of invisibility so people won't see me. And I'd like to see if I can go in a store and come out without anybody noticing me and just use the self-checkout, because it's a fun thing to practice. But that's fox energy. I just dropped some cards down here. Let me get my cards. Okay. Where did those cards come? Okay, they came from here. All right. So I didn't get your... So the way I do readings, I don't like to do a bunch of rushed readings. We're going to do a healing at the end of this. Because I feel like your questions are too important to be rushing through. I can see... Why aren't you going up? No? No, well, I'm trying to put you up on the thing and I can't. Okay, Lily, you were on here first. Okay, so let me see if I can't put anybody's picture up for some reason. I don't know how to do that. Okay, okay, Lily. My grandson hasn't come home for a few days. Will he return home? Thank you very much. Okay, so text me, Lily, if you have a picture of him at 707-769-9997. For this, I don't really need a birth date because this is just a one-off question. It's not, but I need a name. Can you type in his name? Let me look at this. Where are you? Yeah, I can't really tell people too much on a feed like this. Okay. Because because when I'm tuning into him, I'm hearing him say, I'm home. But you're saying he's not home. So what does that mean? Let me see. How are you? I don't know his name. How are you, Lily's grandson? Okay, he went somewhere. He was celebrating. I would call your local authorities about this. Even though I don't have his name, I'm just feeling like I don't feel good about this. And so I want you to call your local authorities and report him missing. I don't know if you can do that, but I feel like he went somewhere. I feel like he might have been drinking or something. There was some kind of celebration that went wrong. And yeah, okay. Let's see who else is here. Okay. So Iran, I don't know if I'm saying your name right, Iran. About you teaching. You didn't text me something. Oh, his cat is gone. Oh, good. Okay. Yeah. Woo! I thought you said your grandson is gone. His cat? It's a cat? Oh, okay. Oh, you didn't say it was a cat. Okay. Because I thought you were talking about your grandson. I'm like, okay. Because he's like telling me I'm home. Like, what's the problem? Okay. Because I don't know if home means like you went home, like you're on the other side. Because I'm like, okay, what's happening with that? Okay. The cat. Okay. So I don't know. What is the cat's name? What is your cat's name? Thank God it's a cat. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What's your cat's name? See, I have to have the right information or I can't give you a good reading. If you tell me it's a grandson and I'm like, he says he's at home. Okay. Like, what does that mean? If you said he's gone. Okay. All right. Sorry. LOL, cat. Theon? Theon? Theon. Am I saying that right? I don't know. But I can see the energy. Okay. How are you? Okay. I feel like he's okay. Yeah. I feel like something went wrong. And then he was having to go through something to push back or be something a little difficult, but he's fine. Wherever he is, I mean, here something went wrong, and then he had to do something difficult. But wherever he is, he's fine. He's happy. This is not a problem. I think he's kind of having an adventure or something. I feel like he might be sleeping. Obviously, he's very close to you. I feel like he's taking a nap now. Okay. Will he make his way back? Will he make his way back? Yeah, I don't know. He might be at somebody else's house or something. I don't know that he's gonna come back. Okay? Sorry to say that. I hope he does, but I feel like he's sleeping right now, but he might be sleeping at someone else's house that like fed him or something. Because something happened that scared him or that he had to do that was difficult. Like he had to run fast or go through some bushes or something. And then when he got up at somebody's house, I see him on a porch or something. I feel like he got fed. He might be sleeping there. I think there are other animals there that are friends. Okay. Sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear, but that's what I'm getting. Okay. Oh, Aaron, I'm going to look at your teaching. Oh, here, I got a text coming in. Oh, texts are coming in. Which one are you? Okay, I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Iran. You're going to teach how can you best make this any advice on how you can make it productive and inspiring year for students and myself. I love that you're teaching kids. You affect so many people. I remember teachers from just one thing saying, even if they have an abusive family or a narcissistic family, whatever, but a teacher being there for a child can just make all the difference in the world just by saying something to validate them or help them in their life. And so I love that you're doing this, especially at a young age. And so let me look at your energy. Okay, so when I look at your energy, Yvonne, I see all this energy right around your chest area. It's almost like you're wanting to protect your students, or students are like coming in to be protected, and they're tuning into this smaller chakra that's the thalamus chakra right here, which is fine because that age sometimes they can't really ground or connect with their parents, but they may be able to do that at school. So hope you have a lot of energy. um, okay. So I'm also noticing, okay, so you need to get grounded. Let's ground you. We're going to do a grounding exercise. They're saying that you're more grounded on your right side. And so the right side is practical, doing, taking action. We live in a basically a physical, more male dominated world, and we need the male, we need the physical. So your right side of your body is more grounded, but your left, they're saying to like bring in some more fun and creative energy, and kind of ground that part of yourself. So there's a lot of energy around kids feeling safe or kids connecting to the earth. I don't know if you can do anything outside. The school that's down the road from me here has a vegetable garden that kids play in, and they learn how to grow stuff. And so they're more, and they're very aware of the earth. I don't know if you can teach that in your area because now the EPA is being shut down, and which is disgusting. But so if they can connect with the earth, do planting or farming, or bring, like if you bring in a little seed in a little pot, you can grow stuff in the classroom. And so it feels like things like that, or teaching them out about their breath. And also when you have time out, so you have kids coming from all kind of backgrounds, and wouldn't it be wonderful? And I don't know if you can do this, but wouldn't it be wonderful if you could teach meditation to small children? Think how different of a world we would have if kids were taught to meditate or reflect or breathe or ground when they're having a problem, instead of reacting like, oh, they said this and having a temper tantrum. So when you tell a child it's time for quiet time or nap time, and you talk to them about, I want you to pay attention to your breath. And so if you're breathing through your nose and then relaxing out through your mouth and then out through your mouth and relaxing yourself, and you're grounded, they're going to take a cue from you more so than anything you tell them what to do or whatever, because you're giving them a reference point of, I am grounded, I am safe, I am connected to my breath. And that's an excellent way for them to learn about life, or how you learn to read and write, and how you focus is you need to be relaxed, calm, and fed, hopefully not traumatized or whatever else. And so having a fun time and connecting with earth, but also, and I may be preaching to the choir, I'm just reminding you, also remembering to breathe. And let's all have some quiet time. Let's start our morning by everyone either hold hands or sit at your desk and just kind of like give yourself a little pat, a hug, and say hello to your body and breathe, and let's calm and relax. And that way we can start our learning and be focused and clear. Or maybe somebody wants to talk about their weekend or their feelings, or if they're having a problem, and you can listen. You don't have to fix every problem, but you can listen and say, I'm sorry you're having that feeling, and everyone, let's send some caring thoughts to the problem that someone's having, or something like that. You see what I'm saying? So you're teaching them how to be a human being so that we can have a better world. And if you could even do like a little, put on some happy, quiet music, and everyone can take a little nap or do a little meditation, or especially if they're acting out, I want you to sit and be quiet instead of put the dunce hat on and face the wall, and, we're going to yell at you or something. Like what my school down the street, my kids' school, would do is like, when something happens, write about what happened, and they're maybe too young to do that, but just tell me what happened. And then let's think about what could you do better next time. But let's first breathe and relax and calm down. And then let's think about how could you be nicer to yourself or others. So that's what I'm seeing about what to bring to your classroom. And let's pull some cards for you. So practice, practice, practice. With daily practice, you can polish your skills, talents, and increase your confidence. So practice breathing. Like they're not going to get it the first time you tell them, we need to relax and breathe. And you can relax and breathe too. And it'll give you 5 minutes or maybe 2 minutes to get. I remember when I had little kids, if I could go in the bathroom and close the door, I'd be like, I could breathe, I could ground, like just give me 5 minutes of peace, please, before the next thing happens. But that's like little kids. Okay. Okay. And then heaven is watching over you. You can also watch that, tell them, I don't know if the school allows that, but they all have guardian angels, and your guardian angel is watching over you as you watch over children. And you can also always say to them, I'm praying for you, or I'm sending you good thoughts, or let's have a positive moment, and tell them, basically, like when my grandson says to me, how am I going to get a job when I get out of school? What's going to happen? I don't know where to live. I asked my friend and they said no. I'm like, you know what? What is that all about? That's about a lot of fear. So let's program in, breathe. You're going to be okay. Everything will work out. Trust in that. Breathe, ground. Everything will work out. The universe is conspiring to support you in many amazing ways that you don't even see yet. And so if you talk to them like that, we can all talk to ourselves like that. What a better world this would be, And then trust in your intuition. All kids are psychic. So all kids are intuitive. So what does that mean? It's not like psychic. Oh, you're psychic. Which is used as almost as an insult to people when they can tune into their intuition and have a mind of their own and be a free sovereign being. Kids know things, they feel things, they might see or hear things. And so validate and help them, all kids are psychic to like, you don't want parents coming down there saying, why are you telling them to be, hopefully the parents encourage their psychic abilities, but you can say, what are your feelings telling you? What do you think? And a lot of times kids will just tell you the truth. They're awake, but they're not integrated. And then they start to shut down because they become disempowered by programming or fear or the church or whatever. But if you teach them to kind of trust themselves, like, what do you think? What do you feel? And just listen to them. How does that, well, let's try that and see how that works. Okay. Like, what do you think the answer might be? Like, what do you, on paper and pen, but also what do you feel about that? How does that feel? Or how does that feel when you completed that? And how does it feel when you didn't complete that? Like, is that really helping you? Like, let's not beat you up, but let's see, how could you feel better about this? And so you're teaching them to tune into their intuition and their abilities. And you need your energy cleared. We're going to do a clearing because when you're dealing with all those students, you're not only dealing with them, you're dealing with all their families, all their family ancestors, all their past lives. I mean, you're dealing with a lot of energy. That's why I said, I hope you have a lot of energy. So don't take on their stuff, but clear your energy. You need to, I would say, go for a walk every day at the end of school and do some breathing to clear your energy, or have your school hat and then take it off when you leave. Leave the problems behind. Okay. So maybe you're doing homework or other things that have to be done at home. Take a shower or a salt bath, a bath in a cup or more of sea salt, soak for 20 minutes and rinse it all off. Use some Palo Santo, which I used at the beginning of this session. I burned some incense here. Use some sage oil. There's sage oil. See, I'm burning that to clear my energy field. You need energy clearing. A lot of us do because we're super sensitive. We're more highly evolved. If you're a starseed, an earth angel, or a chosen one, you're more evolved than other people, and you're empathically picking up their energy. And you may just think that I've always been depressed. Well, maybe you've always been healing everybody you came in contact with. So this is a sage spray. You can use this type of spray when you go home. Not that the kids have bad energy. It's just that their families, their lineage, they've been traumatized. They've been people have, been here for millennia, so you're kind of like taking on other people's energy, a lot of you here. And then black tourmaline. I got my grandson a little black tourmaline bracelet, and he says, when it breaks off my arm, then I'll be done with it. And I said, yeah, because that's when it's done its job. So this absorbs negative energy, or citrine, whatever crystal you feel like I'm guided to this to give me clarity. This is a very powerful labradorite with a garnet in there. This is really good for group energy. You can just kind of feel when you look at it, it looks very old and powerful. I had one friend tell me, don't wear big crystals when you're a woman. It makes you look too powerful. And so I'm like, okay, I'm wearing big crystals. Or don't put your hair up like that. It doesn't flatter you, my family said. And I'm like, yeah, I think I'm going to wear my hair up like that because I like it. So, have a mind of your own. That's another way, set boundaries where you don't take on everybody else's energy. Oh, look at this. You are a spiritual teacher. You heal your class, you heal with classes. Look at that. It's all religion, spiritual teacher. You're actually, in truth, you're a spiritual teacher because you got so much influence over all these young souls. We all do. You ask me a question, I'll teach you. You ask a chosen one a question, they'll answer you by teaching you. You ask a starseed a question, they'll answer you by being polite and kind. You ask an earth angel a question, and they'll answer you by, let me absorb your problems. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Earth angels want everyone to be happy and feel good, but you have to also make sure that you are happy and you feel good. Okay? All right. Let's see what else we can do. I can't do everybody here. Please join my classes. I have amazing class coming up August 9th. It's going to be a whole day of healing and reading, and you get videos with that. I also have a class coming up in September and October, a healing class in September because you want to get your immune system really strong for the winter, and then a mediumship, clearing the shadows in October. Join my memberships. We do this in memberships. And that's really inexpensive. It's only $15. This August, I'm teaching a 2-hour on the 23rd in memberships because I'm teaching the other class August 9th. So if you want August 9th, join us there, check us out. And please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me. It puts me out there. Like the channel. If you all could drop me a like, it really helps me out when I'm doing these videos, when you do that. And I also have a new channel that's where I'm going to go really deeper into spirituality, and that's called Harmony Healing. I don't think there's one video up there, but I'm going to be putting up videos there at Harmony Healing. So check me out there. Subscribe to me there if you would, and check out those because I'm going to be doing some deep dives into a lot of spiritual teachings in there. I do spiritual videos on this channel here. So those come out Thursday at 12 o'clock Pacific time. Once a week, I do a spiritual channel. So there's all that available to you. And so let's look at Polly. Hi, Polly. And what healing and reading. So we're all going to get a healing at the end of this video. So we're all going to do that. Oh, let me look at, I've gone way over. I have a show in 15 minutes. I'm going to do a quick reading for you, Polly, and then we're going to do the healing. Okay. Polly. Show me, Polly. Let me look at your birth date. 11/1967. Okay. You are very intuitive, Polly, and when you listen to that inner voice inside of you, that is when you do better. Listening to your intuition. You also are developing yourself, your aura, your energy field. Go back and listen to the beginning of this video. because we want to develop your energy field so that you're sovereign within yourself, and then your relationships will be better. In past lives, you kind of were the person behind the scenes helping um, the other person who was in charge, but your energy field got kind of blended into them. And so here in this life, you're really working on your autonomy, being your whole and complete within yourself. And then your relationships and everything seems to be better. Okay, so I'm going to pull some cards for you. I didn't realize it was getting so late. So past lives, you have the goddess Isis around you. Okay, you have Egyptian past lives. She's a very powerful goddess to call on. I see positive changes for you coming. I also feel like you have angel energy, Polly. And the angels are sending you blessings. We're sending you, which means to strengthen. And another message coming for you is clean your space. Clean your energy. We're going to clean your energy. And also clean your physical space, because when you're organized and things are clean, it's going to help your spiritual energy. Okay? All right. So now we're going to do a healing. I'm sorry I'm out of time. I'm going to do a show with an astrologer that'll be coming out later today. So check that out too. Dr. Vicky, she's an astrologer. Okay. So what we want to do is put our finger on our forehead, and then imagine a light going back in our head about 4 inches. And we're going to find the center of our head. This is the place of the chakra, the 6th chakra of neutrality. Then we're going to start to feel the earth energy coming up. So go ahead and close your eyes. And start to breathe through your nose, if you would. And exhale through your mouth. Relaxed breathing. And go ahead, and I'm going to call in the guides and angels to assist you in all time and directions, your guardian angels, your higher self, to find the center of your head. You go back in the center of your head and kind of vacuum it out, clear it out. In the center of your head, there is a little pea-sized organ that's your pineal gland. And in that center of that pea-sized organ is a little pyramid, a little triangle. And we're going to ask that, there we go, balance that, bring in the light and balance that. And it's going to start to balance all your chakras. And clean out any energy that is not in harmony with you. Let's go ahead and say hello. If you would, put your hands on your chest, the center of your chest, and breathe in love for yourself. And say hello to your body. Hello, body. I love you. Good. And let's let that earth energy come up. Just feel you are naturally connected to the earth through an umbilical cord, connected to the bottom of your aura, your feet, and your tailbone. And just sit and breathe and really kind of open that up so the earth energy can come up and heal your body. Healing every cell in your body and kind of recharging your energy field. And let that energy move through your body. It naturally does. And it's going to come up and fountain out the top of your head, giving your aura a light shower. I see the goddess Ishtar here bringing empowering. I see the goddess Omega here bringing power, empowering you, clearing anything that you're ready to let go of that is not your energy, whether you know what it is or not. It just doesn't feel right if it's not your energy. Breathe and let that shower of light heal you from the earth. I see Mary Magdalena here. You can call on her. Just really grounding you. See the Archangel Metatron clearing grounding cords. Just kind of flush the toilet. Breathe, drop into your body, flush the toilet, and let it go. It's just energy. Everything, your thoughts and feelings, everything is just vibrating in frequency and energy. And now let's say hello to the cosmic energy, the light above you. This is more of the male vibration. So you have a female vibration, the earth. You also have male vibration, the stars. And let that starlight come in through a beam connecting you to your higher self, way above your head, of pure light, of peace, calming, clarity. And let it just come in and drop right into the top of your head and come into your body and your energy field, just clearing you. There's the goddess Omega. Hello. There's Archangel Michael clearing away any lower thought forms, cutting any cords to any events or people that are not serving you. And breathe in the light. If you want to focus on a healing, send that light to your body, wherever you're needing or wanting healing. Send light and love. Now I'm going to invite you to stay in this space for as long as you like. When I first started doing this, I could sit for 2 hours and just send healing to myself. You may see or feel things. You can ask right now, what do I do in my life? Is there guidance? Or is there something I need to heal myself? So you can ask here. Now you may receive it if you sit here and breathe and you're in quiet. You may get a quiet knowing, a feeling. You may hear something or see something. Either way, you're making contact with your higher self and these powerful guides here assisting you. And you may get an answer now, or you may get it in the hours, days, and weeks to come after doing this. So just pay attention to your dreams, thoughts that come in like, oh, I get it, okay? Or a suggestion. Your guides will never tell you to hurt yourself or anyone else. So that's not higher guidance. And if you do get something that pushes you a little out of your comfort zone, you might say, okay, I'll try it and see how that goes. But don't like invest a bunch of money or get a divorce or do something. Take a big step like that until you check it out and take some time to like, is this really right for me? Or you may also want to get advice for a reading from a professional in that field if you're investing money. Breathing, filling you with light. And I invite you to stay here. I'm going to bow out because I have to go do my other video. Thank you so much for joining. Sending you much love. Take care. When you are done, say this healing is complete. Thank yourself and your guides. And so it is. Sending you so much love. Thank you for joining.